REPTAR! Let's go! Hi everybody, I'm Firebird99 and welcome back to another Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 Spotlight reaction. We finally get to see my boy in action. If y'all didn't know, I mained this guy back in the first game, and I am so hyped. You know, given the fact that everybody has gotten a refresh on their moveset, everybody's looking better, all the models especially look better. Let's see how good they did my boy. Because I hear he's actually pretty insane during playtesting, so let's go ahead and see. And yeah, this pretty much confirms that the little jungle stage is his. It's Reptar Ruins from Kart Racers, I believe. Come on, play.
Hold on to your diapers because the mighty green dinosaur.
He's beautiful!
Watch the competition in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
There's a giant item?
Reptar comes equipped with scorching fiery breath, incredibly powerful
yes,
attacks,
that crazy fire down B is back.
Of course, ice
the Chomp is back too?
Reptar excels at striking fear into his opponents just from his sheer
Reptar on ice?
Size, which he needs considering his low speed. While many of Reptar's attacks also
the top hat, let's go!
With a little bit more recovery time, they're made safer by just how hard they push opponents away if blocked. With
okay.
Mind, if you find yourself cowering in the corner against Reptar, you might also find yourself
did he have a drag? A grab that drags him over?
From his unique flame meter,
oh my god! Mecha Reptar!
And a few of his
holy
dealing damage with his other attacks will build that meter right back up. So as long as you let Reptar take a breather every now and then, you shouldn't have to worry about running out. Let's jump straight into Reptar.
Oh, okay.
His down special, Flame Breath.
That OP fire breath thing.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1.
Yeah.
While the special button is held, Reptar becomes immune to knockback, allowing you to essentially counterattack and
super armor
combos with a spread of fire across the floor. While in the
what?
air, this move changes into a diagonal fireball that knocks opponents away.
Oh my god.
Just like his aerial down special, except it only goes horizontal. These fireballs are pretty big, which helps out a lot with finding control over the stage, guarding the ledge.
TNT, you keep getting dropped in all these spotlights. Oh my god.
Reptar's up special, Jurassic Slam, leaps high into the air before
yep, I remember that.
Down to crush any enemies underneath.
Yoshi down B,
type
B.
Fall sooner if you press down on the control stick. Finally,
Battlefield version of Jimmy Stage.
His side special is a command grab. Reptar lurches forward and tries to swallow his opponent's whole before spitting them back out.
What?
The Reptar spits his opponent is decided by which direction the control stick is being held.
That skin is so freaking cool.
Or even downwards. The downwards version of this attack can be an especially frightening way to knock out your opponents or combo them on stage. Reptar definitely doesn't move or attack.
Did you see how far and fast he spiked him with that?
Just how, when, and where to hit your opponents ahead of time, you won't be missing out on much anyways. Thanks to his fiery attacks and the extra range granted by his tail, Reptar
I love that up throw.
From a pretty solid distance.
New back air?
One of those hard-hitting finishers.
Woo!
If you're one of many Reptar fans around the world, or if you want to know what it's like to be him, then give him a try.
Oh my god!
As always,
the super!
Stay tuned for more character spotlights coming soon.
Oh my god, the characters run away from that. That is so cool, dude. And we get some more gameplay. Bless you, Tafar, for this. Ooh! Bro! I am so hyped to play as this guy. My brothers, my sisters, my non-binary fam, we have reached the peak of NASB 2. My boy Reptar is looking completely fresh. I love his new attacks. Let's run it back and actually get like a closer look at this stuff now. Because I was just a little too excited seeing his skins and all that.
Hold on to your diapers because the mighty green dinosaur, Reptar, is here to squash.
And I love the cereal taunt. I love that.
Reptar.
Look at him all happy.
Is here to squash the competition.
Okay, so first off, he looks huge as hell right here. Is that in one of the items that we haven't seen yet? Because that's interesting.
In Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Yeah, and then he shrinks down. Is that... I would assume there is an item that has that effect. I think it would be hilarious if Mermaid Man's belt would... if that's an item and it makes them bigger or smaller, that would be funny. You set it to W for Wumbo.
Reptar comes equipped with scorching...
Okay, hold on. That looks like his neutral attack, the little claw swipe.
Reptar comes equipped with scorching fire
breath, of course. Yeah, down B. it doesn't look as busted with its range like in the first game, because it was kind of crazy back then.
Incredibly powerful attacks, brutal chomp.
What was that about, though?
Incredibly powerful.
Oh, the ice skates. That might just be his dash attack then.
Incredibly powerful.
Yeah, they did mention that. So maybe the dash attack grabs them and it sends them flying.
Attacks, brutal chomps, and
that's what it's looking like. And he has the strong chomp attack, which was his aerial down special in the first game as well. So it's been revamped into a different command input now that more directional attacks are available.
And of course, ice skates. Reptar excels at striking fear into his opponents just from his sheer strength and
bro, my boy is acting fierce with these taunts.
Fear into his opponents just from his sheer strength and size, which he needs considering his low speed.
Back throw, nice. Yeah, Reptar Ruins looks pretty good. It is really cool that they have a stage from the kart racers, so like all the Nick Game Mill games are connected in some way.
While many of Reptar's attacks
top hat, my boy is looking snazzy. I don't even know what costume I'm gonna pick, because we saw a regular Reptar, we see this top hat one, and we also see Mecha Reptar, which looks really freaking cool. Purple Reptar has to be a costume. The thing is, I don't know if it's a premium costume, because there is a different version of the game that's coming out that gives you more skins.
Also tend to be a little bit slower to come out with a little bit.
I'm guessing purple might be the premium one, I don't know.
More recovery time. They're made safer by just how hard they push opponents away if blocked. With that in mind, if you find yourself cowering in the corner against Reptar, you might also find yourself teetering on the edge of defeat.
Woo!
Reptar's moves draw from his unique flame meter, including ferocious.
Yeah, flame meter, that's new. Okay, so I'm guessing that's there to be put in place, because like last time, Reptar was like a really, really... You could spam with him easily, especially with that down B. And the down special in the previous game did like 30%, regardless of how much you charged it. So I guess it's there for balance.
Which is grounded in aerial upcharge attacks and a few of his special moves. Dealing damage with his other attacks will build that meter right back up.
Yeah.
So as long as you let Reptar take a breather every now and then, you should...
It seems like it fills up pretty fast too, so it's not really that big of a deal unless you're like literally staying back there and just spamming fire attacks at the edge or whatever.
You shouldn't have to worry about running out.
And it doesn't seem like every fire attack takes down from it. I would assume like neutral special would probably be okay.
Let's jump straight into Reptar's special attacks.
I'm unsure though.
His down special, Flame Breath, might look a bit familiar from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1. While the special button is held, Reptar becomes immune to knockback.
Yeah, it doesn't do the crazy range like in the first game, because it went on like both sides, and if you look at my cursor, it really went about this much range, and it was actually like a really good tool.
Allowing you to essentially counterattack and open your opponent up for combos with a spread of fire across the floor.
I love the Jimmy costume, by the way.
Opponent up for combos with a spread of fire across.
Yeah, that was essentially his up strong era in the previous game. Looks like it's more of a grounded thing now.
Across the floor. While in the air, this move changes into a diagonal fireball that knocks opponents away.
Looks like a good tool.
Special is just like his aerial down special, except it only goes horizontal.
Oh, never mind. Okay, that does take up some of his fire meter. Okay. And TNT, bro, you gotta stop getting swept in like every clip, because I think in when they showed off like the new camera, TNT got straight up combo to oblivion.
These fireballs are pretty big, which helps out a lot with finding
y'all doing him dirty, man.
On the ledge or hitting people from afar.
Woo!
Reptar's up special, Jurassic Slam, leaps high into the air before falling back down to crush any enemies underneath him. You can also make Reptar fall sooner if you press down on the control stick.
Oh, that's new. Okay, that's good actually. So I wonder if it does less damage if you finish it off quicker.
Finally, hungry as a dinosaur, his side special is a command grab.
Reptar
lurches forward and tries to swallow his opponent's whole before spitting them back out.
Looks good.
The direction Reptar spits his opponent is decided by which direction the control stick is being held after a brief pause. Left, right,
woo! Let's run that back one more time.
A brief pause. Left, right, or...
That is super strong. What percent is he? TNT is at 76 during this.
Or
wow. Okay, that is a good finisher for sure.
Or even downwards. The downwards version of this
and he can also follow up with a light down air.
That can be an especially frightening way to knock out your opponents or combo them on stage. Reptar definitely doesn't move or attack quite as fast as some other members of the cast, but if you know just how, when, and where to hit your opponents ahead of time, you won't be missing out on much anyways.
Yeah, that's how it is with heavy characters. If you are a fellow heavyweight main, you know how it is. Your character is slow, easy to combo at times, but like if you put in work and you know some good options, man, you can be a menace, even if he's a low tier. Because something that I quite do often in pretty much any platform fighter is I main a lot of low tier characters, and well, yeah, it may seem like you are at a mere disadvantage compared to everyone else. You can really still, like, if you put in time and effort, you can be a menace with a character. Any character, really.
Thanks to his fiery attacks and the extra range granted by his tail, Reptar is also able to hit opponents from a pretty solid distance.
Love the little, that's Yoshi's back air, essentially. A few swipes with his tail. Let me see if we can get a better look at that.
Granted by his tail, Reptar is also able to hit opponents from a pretty solid
nice
distance before committing to one of those hard-hitting finishers. If you're one of many Reptar fans around the world, or if you want to know what it's like to be him, then give him a try in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. As always,
and that's a super where he destroys the city.
Spotlights coming soon.
Love it. The fact that Plankton's running on it is funnier though. Nice, and then we get a little bit of an extra clip because Tafar is showcasing how scared I should be if I ever come across him online. Woo! My boy is looking crispy. I don't know what costume I'm gonna use. Hi everybody, I'm FirePro99, and welcome to another reaction for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Today, we're going to be reacting to the smashing Nigel Thornberry Spotlight. No intro, let's just begin. I'm very excited because I'm pretty sure Hungrybox is doing the voiceover for this one.
With plenty of fast
it's him!
To observe and study,
ooh! Better look at the skins.
Thornberry makes his return to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Oh, that's a new taunt.
Nigel has had plenty
ooh, look at his costumes.
New inspirations in his recent exploration of the animal kingdom, boasting an even broader repertoire of animalistic
what is new?
Ever before.
Oh my god!
Nigel has
I saw the teabag.
Avian-inspired flight. He now flaps his wings like a bird.
What? He has multiple jumps?
In his aerial charge,
they made him more like Jigglypuff?
Is now much more elegant.
And you can dive and glide in the air?
Flight, however, Nigel has become the lightest character in the game.
And he's lighter?
Won't stop him from delivering some powerful hits.
Look at this man's air control.
Nigel's special moves, beginning with his explosive down special, smashing.
You can't go wrong with that move, of course.
Nigel can send
oh, he laughs now. It gets more character because, like, after he used it in the first game, he would just stand still. So it's nice they added a little animation for that.
Whether or not the move actually hits, so don't miss.
That's a good compromise.
His side special, Gorilla Double Punch, can be
okay.
Twice. The first hit connects for an immediate uppercut follow-up.
Ooh.
The first hit on its own can also be a great way to extend or begin combos.
Bro.
Neutral special, Bull Stampede, sends him running with his
oh, that's a new neutral special. He doesn't have the little invincibility dodge thing anymore?
Nigel's up special, Whale Crash.
That's back. That was very strong.
That can hopefully get you back onto the stage in case you've already used your foredumps when trying to recover. Now,
is it still good at spiking?
Each of Nigel's other attacks, beginning with the charge attacks. Here's aerial up, horizontal,
okay,
and down attacks.
The forward one looks the same. I love the little eagle swoop though, or falcon swoop. It seems cool.
Here's each of his aerial light attacks, including neutral air.
Okay, that's new. That's new. Also new, of course. The forward air where he does the woodpecker thing is back. Nice.
Jab, up light, forward light, and down light.
He still has a mosquito slap. It doesn't make that weird noise anymore.
Over time, if you connect with the tip of his foot. Do you consider yourself a nature?
It has a sweet spot?
Consider turning that love into some powerful fighting techniques with Nigel.
Oh my god.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
That was really cool. I love his changes. So what I find the most funny thing about this is they made him more like Jigglypuff. He has multiple jumps. He's now the lightest character in the game. And he still has that smashing down special. That's incredible. So now let's go back and get a better look at this. First off, we get a better look at these SpongeBob and Patrick, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy costumes. Looking pretty good, actually. I don't know which skin I'm going to use, though. Man.
To observe and study, family man.
I gotta find out my favorite skins per character.
Nigel Thornberry makes his return to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Okay, so we get off rip. They show us all of his costumes. I wish they did that every time, but I guess there were some showcases where they weren't able to show them all because it was like a very old build. But now, ooh, these are all really nice. I might go with this one right here. What are you guys planning on using? They all look pretty nice. That Explorer costume is from the previous game. I did notice that. They all look pretty solid.
Plenty of time to refine old techniques and find new inspirations in his recent exploration of the animal kingdom, boasting an even broader repertoire of animalistic abilities than ever.
That was a throw, I would assume? Yeah, that move looks very cool. I think it's a better fit for a down strong than what it was in the previous game. It was like some lanky punch where he would like lay down and his arm would like extend downwards. It looked weird, but it fits Nigel, I mean. So I guess that's what matters.
Extensive bird watching.
And thank you for the teabag, Tafar. Or whoever was playing.
Nigel has perfected his avian-inspired flight. He now flaps his wings like a bird.
That is so cool.
Times in the air. And his aerial.
And that, the multiple jumps combined with the little eagle or falcon swoop, that gives him a lot of very good air control, actually. I guess if you were going too far off stage, though, his up B really isn't all that good, so you would really have to actually be cautious with it. But if you got multiple stocks and your opponent is losing by a landslide, it would be worth trying to get a cool kill off of it, I guess.
Charge down attack, Falcon Dive, is now much more elegant. In order to harness the power of flight, however, Nigel has become
that was a new taunt, it looks like.
Game, but that won't stop him from delivering some powerful.
Yeah, look at that! Do you see how much distance that was? God!
Let's for Nigel's special moves, beginning with his explosive down special, Smashing.
Still looks strong as ever.
Nigel can send opponents flying.
I wonder if it'll be as easy to connect like last game, because something I often did when playing as Nigel online in the first one is I would often do dash attacks, and dash attacks could really cancel into literally every single move. You could cancel it into throws and all that. So I would love if I could just dash attack, bam, do the snap, and just get a really good kill off of it.
This move is very fast.
It was very exploitable. Oh yeah, slime cancels are a thing. Damn.
Also quite small. And Nigel can't help but contain his laughter whether or not the move actually hits, so don't miss.
Nice.
His side special, Gorilla Double Punch, can be activated twice. The first hit connects for an immediate uppercut follow-up. The first hit on its own can also be a great way to extend or begin combos. Nigel's neutral special, Bull Stampede.
That's funny.
Sends him running with his horns, ready to flip an opponent into the sky.
Oh yeah, you could just instantly do an aerial out of that. Nice. I like that.
Finally, Nigel's...
So it's not an impact move. It's sort of a running grab in a way.
Up special, Whale Crash, is a short vertical boost that can hopefully get you back onto the stage in case you've already used your four dumps.
I love the visual change to that, though. It makes it seem more wild.
Other attacks, beginning with the charge attacks. Here's aerial up, horizontal, and down attacks.
Looks like the forward one is still the same.
And each of the corresponding grounded attacks. Next, here's each of his aerial light attacks, including neutral air, up air, back air.
It looked like Didity's in air a little bit.
Including neutral air.
Yeah, DDD pose. I love it.
Up air, back air, forward air, and down air. And each grounded attack
looks like a claw swipe in a way.
Up light, forward light, and down light. Which
okay, forward air is the binoculars. Cool.
Has a poison effect that deals damage over time.
Oh, poison effect. Hold on, I missed that.
Applies a poison effect that deals damage over time if you connect with the tip of his foot.
Wow, so the foot, if you connect it with the tip of his foot, it gives off a poison effect. So it has a sweet spot that poisons the opponent. That's interesting. I didn't expect that.
Do you consider yourself a nature lover? Well, consider turning that love.
And that's a super where an elephant just straight up falls on him. That was a really cool spotlight. So Nigel Thornberry, he looks like he carried over a lot of his moves, but they've been revamped to look more animalistic, and he no longer has that weird dodge attack as a neutral special. It transformed into a different thing, which is a bull rush that throws opponents upwards, which I think is a nice change of pace. I love how he has multiple jumps now, like Jigglypuff. That is actually really funny, and he's the lightest character now. So I just love that this character is associated with Jigglypuff. I just think that's hilarious to think about. But anyway, Nigel was one of the most fun characters in the first game for me, and I would assume that I would probably play as him just as much in this one. So it was really nice seeing this and how he has changed. If you guys enjoyed the Spotlight reaction, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys plan on manning him? Let me know. Hi everybody, welcome back to another reaction. I'm Firebird99, and today we will be watching together the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 Spotlight for Ren and Stimpy. So I saw this posted on Coney's Twitter earlier. I didn't watch it yet, but I did notice that Coney uploaded it, so of course, this has to be his voiceover. So let's begin. I already like what I see with the costume, by the way. Looks really cool.
Howdy everyone, this is Coney.
Yep, it's Coney!
Looking at Ren and Stimpy, who have once again joined forces to throw down in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
They had the biggest glow up. Like, him and Danny Phantom looked way better.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1, with a new focus on controlling space and playing defensively with their high air mobility.
Oh, I also hear a new remix for Powder Toast Trouble. Interesting.
Some of their aerial attacks have surprising speed and size.
Oh, that is new, okay. That's a forward air, back air.
Blocker for missing an attack in front of you.
Ooh, that costume's nice too.
Potentially turning the situation in their favor. Their neutral special, Log.
Oh, what is that costume? I love that.
The Log bounces off of opponents and can be thrown in 3 different directions based on how you hold the control stick after pressing the special button.
Oh?
Lobs the Log high into the air. Down is a shallow toss that stays close to the ground.
It has different effects on the direction?
In between.
That's
The slide version
sick.
of this move can't be angled, but the Log is much, much bigger.
Okay, slime makes it bigger. Nice. Wow, Log really did get buff.
Their side special, Beep Beep, is a card that can be a great way to escape any precarious-looking situation or return to the stage.
That's a good horizontal recovery
Their
option.
special, First Fart, is a counter that builds up a meter and keeps track of how much damage they do.
Did I see Wave Toast?
If you press the special button again during the move, the meter is expended through a powerful blast.
That's taken from Powder Toast Man. I don't think it works as a shine, but the visual effect is there.
Massive explosion that sends them flying upwards.
Nice.
While Ren and Stimpy don't necessarily have the best
Oh.
speed or power, they have plenty of ways to get themselves.
Yeah, they still
out
have
of
those
chaos on the
attacks
battlefield.
that attack on both sides, so
Also,
that's
in
pretty
case you
cool.
haven't noticed, during some moves like their light down or forward
Nice
dash,
teabag.
both Ren and Stimpy are capable of hitting their opponents with different knockback angles and power.
Yeah, that's
In
good.
general, during these types of attacks, Ren will knock opponents away a bit harder, while Stimpy keeps opponents closer and positions them better for combos.
This character is like a godsend for free-for-alls.
The
The super? Don't tell me. He's gonna destroy the world?
Thanks for watching. And
No! Alright, so before I mention anything else, I gotta say, their model and Danny's, like Ren and Stimpy and Danny, they have had the biggest glow up in their model compared to other characters. And I really mean that. Just look how well it is compared to like the first game. Not to diss, not to diss the first game, not to diss anyone that worked on the first game, but you could tell that they actually had like a lot more time this time around to polish it. They look really nice.
Howdy everyone, this is Coney, and today we'll be looking at Ren and Stimpy, who have once again joined forces to...
Let's get a better look at this moveset now. Was that a dash?
All-Star Brawl
Hold on.
in Nickelodeon
Yeah, that's a dash attack, okay. Oh, look at Ren all happy.
All-Star Brawl 2. Ren and Stimpy's moveset and design has been completely refreshed.
Hold on. I saw an attack where they went downward. Okay, so that's his down stronger, I assume, taken from the first game. Looks a little bit different. That could be a jab, perhaps? Strong neutral? Or charge neutral? That little spin attack looks like a down strong, down charged. I gotta get used to the dang lingo for this game now. Yeah, that's still the same. It looks like you can actually cancel out of it this time around. In the previous game, you couldn't. Wow! He still has that same, strangle. That's good. Oh, that's his neutral jab. Then, I'm guessing the Ren punch attack had to be like a side attack or something, maybe.
And solid range. Some of their aerial attacks have surprising speed and size. So just as you think you can attack them,
back air? Another back air?
They can drift away right back to safety, potentially turning the
he still has that same neutral air where he kicks on both sides.
Situation in their favor. Their neutral special, Log, is a great complement to their defensive style.
Yeah, Log definitely got buffed, and I love this costume. This is probably the one I'm going to use.
Of opponents, it can be thrown in 3 different directions based on how you hold the control stick after pressing the special button. Up lobs the Log high into the air.
That is really cool.
Shallow toss that stays close to the ground, and neutral/horizontal is somewhere in between.
So yeah, that's a good tool. Like on competitive stages, you can utilize the different log throws off stage, perhaps. Like if someone's trying to recover, you could probably aim downwards, and then depending on how much knockback it does, you could probably like land a spike off that, perhaps.
The slime version of this move can't be angled, but the Log is much.
Okay, so yeah, the drawback to the slime one is that you can't angle it, but it's huge anyway, so it'll probably end up hitting them regardless. That would also be good off stage, or at least on the edge of the stage. Okay, it doesn't do too much knockback, it looks like, but it's a guaranteed hit.
As for their other special attacks, their side special, Beep Beep, is a car that can be a great way to...
Looks like Wario Bike, perhaps? Not really. More so like a junior clown car.
Escape any precarious-looking situation or return to the stage. Next up, their down special...
Ew, I saw that.
First Fart is a counter that builds up a meter which keeps track of...
Yeah, I don't think Powder Toast Man's in the game, but it's cool that they somehow retain like a visual effect from him, so it's like he's inside their soul. They're fighting with him in spirit.
That builds up a meter which keeps track of how much damage they've blocked.
You know what I find hilarious about this though? Ren and Stimpy have a waft meter before Wario, and Wario's been a Smash character for like years now. It only took them 2 games to get a meter.
If you press the special button again during the move...
I actually like that too, because the farting attack in Nick Brawl 1, I always had trouble like using that move. I never really understood how it worked, but this is good.
The meter is expended through a powerful blast of gas. Finally, for their up special, Stimpy hits the big red button on the History Eraser.
Oh, nice! History Eraser, okay. So that's his up B and a super at the same time.
Massive explosion that sends them flying upwards.
Very cool.
While Ren and Stimpy don't necessarily have the best speed or...
They still have that lick attack.
Power.
I'm guessing the lick attack is the light up.
They have plenty of ways to get themselves out of...
Strong, neutral...
on the battlefield. Also, in case you haven't noticed, during some moves like their light down or forward attacks, both Ren and Stimpy are capable of hitting their opponents with different knockback angles and power. In general, during these types of attacks, Ren will knock opponents away a bit harder, while Stimpy keeps opponents closer and positions them better for combos.
That's great.
If you're a fan of a more defensive style of play, then Ren and Stimpy are the pair for you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for...
Boom! Alright, everybody, so that is it for my reaction for Ren and Stimpy and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. If you enjoyed watching this reaction, let me know what you guys think about him in the comments, and possibly leave a like to show your support. I'm FireBro99 signing off, hoping you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Be sure to subscribe to FireBro, or I'll send you to the Shadow Realm.